Hey everyone, back again. Looking around, decorations are up, Christmas tree, it's that time of year again. It's great, isn't it? I love Christmas, favourite time of year. And what better than to do a festive tune, and it's not one I've done before, covered before, but it's this one, Jingle Bell Rock. It's an absolute beaut. Gets the toes tapping, again take things steady to start with, but there's got a few chords and a few new chords in there and a few familiar chords for those that's been playing a while. But I'm going to play it and then I'm going to go through the tutorial at the end because there's a few little bits. And as usual, here he comes out. He likes coming out anytime. My best mate. I should have had a bit of tinsel around him. Mr. Metronome. I've got him set this week at 60 beats a minute. So it's quite lively. But what it is he's going to click on the first and third beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So first and third beat, and that will come in handy on this intro because you'll see a series of chords. Say the links below. Do print this off. It's from the Richard G's Ukulele Songbook. So if you go on his site, you can donate. It'll help him out. He does put all these things up for us all, after all. But you'll see on the intro when I go through that this is useful because it tells you when to change the chord, because the chord intro is every second beat, so this gives you an idea. Change on the click. But anyway, I'll go through it, and as usual, ukulele, make sure it's in tune, because especially with this weather, you can go from cold, especially when it gets cold, quickly go out of tune these, even during the day, even with old strings on, so always check it's in tune. Nothing worse than a ukulele out of tune. Low G string as usual. Right, so I've got my music, and let's give it a go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing, bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chime in jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time, it's a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Jingle around the clock. Mix and mingle in a jingling beat. That's the Jingle Bell Rock. What a bright time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Jingle around the clock. Mix and mingle in a jingling beat. That's the Jingle Bell, that's the Jingle Bell, that's the Jingle Bell Rock. Like that shimmer at the end. I'll switch him off. So, what is there? Let's have a little look. Look at your chords in those chord boxes. You should know your C, your F, probably your F minor, that might be new. Your D7. Now, that's listed a D7 as barring the second fret and putting your middle finger on the first string of the third fret. But you'll see I'm doing D7 probably the way that you're doing it. And I would recommend this D7. It's probably a little bit easier. And that's just your index finger on the fourth string of the second fret and your middle finger on the second string of the second fret. That's your normal D7, yeah? That's your D7. You can play it the other if you want. The only other tricky chord in all of this is your G+. And what that is it's your index finger on the first string of the second fret, and then I will put your ring finger on the second string of the third fret and your middle finger on the third string of the third fret. So you get this. It's a lovely chord. It's quite like an off jazz sort of beat thing. And you'll see you can go from G7 to that. It's quite difficult. So it's practice your G7 to your G plus. If you find that hard, where it's G7 to G plus, you can go, if you find it easier, you can go from a G, cheat a bit, go from a G to G plus. You just slide in this index finger from the 3rd string of the 2nd fret to the 3rd string. So G, instead of going from G7 to G plus, which is you're sort of leaping about, you can just play G and slide that index to go to your G plus, yeah? So that's one thing. The intro we should have spoke about, because you've got C to C major 7 to C6, and also you've got your C. I'd start with your ring finger on your, as you normally probably would for the C, on the 1st string of the 3rd fret. And then you've got C major 7, so you can just lift that one off. You've got your middle finger on there, on the 1st string of the 2nd fret. Then C6 is the ukulele's player's most favourite chord, I think. It's nothing, you just strumming it, yeah, open. Then back to C7 again, C major 7 I should say, C major 7, and then to C. So you can keep that one on if you want. You don't have to always take these off. You can just go C, C major 7, C6, C major 7, and back to C. Slow that down so it's easier if things are on. You're not going to hear that because this one's in front, and you never hear the one behind if there's one in front of it. So here we go. And the metronome, what I said before, is when I click that, obviously slow this down to start with, but that's telling you, because each of these chords in the box in the intro is 2 beats long. So it's C, C major 7, C6, C major 7, C, C major 7, C6, C major 7. So every time you click, you know the change. It's 2 beats on each of those intro chords. So let's do that. Here we go. Just the intro. 1, 2, C, C major 7, C6, C major 7, C, C major 7, C6, C7, yeah? Now, if you find that difficult, this is what these are good for, metronomes. I can slow that right the way down. I've slowed that down to about 46. Great for practicing. Always start slow and build up. So I can go C, C major 7, C6, C major 7, C, C major 7, C6, C major 7, and again C, C major 7, C6, C major 7, 6, C major 7, C6, C major 7. That's the intro, and by saying them it lets you pace them, but it gets you used to, and you should be able to slow this even further down until you can do that run till you're comfortable. So the only other thing to watch out for is look at the sequence. You're going on the first 2 lines: C6 major, C major 7, C6, C major 7, and then back to C6. It's not back to C. It was C6, C major 7, then D minor and G7. But it's one of those ones where just take it very, very slow and you'll be fine. And also you need to practice. If you're not used to doing F minors, you've got your normal F shape, and then you've got to whiz that over to F minor. It's a beautiful chord, F minor, and I've got my first finger on the 4th string of the 1st fret, my middle finger on the 2nd string of the 1st fret, and I'm using, because I've got little hands, you could use your ring finger if you wanted to do that, but you need to put a finger down on the 1st string of the 3rd fret to get this lovely F minor. Yeah. And the only other thing to mention to you is when you go down to that, to go gliding in a 1-horse sleigh, you can just, you can just strum through if you want, to go gliding in a 1-horse sleigh, yeah, but I think it's better to just do it one strum, to go gliding in a 1-horse sleigh, yeah. And as I say, if you're finding that difficult to go from G7 to G plus, you can just do the G and slide, play a G and slide your index finger from the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret on the same string. it'll still sound okay. Anyway, give it a go and rock it out and see what you think. And as I say, thanks for everybody, all your lovely comments, all the new people that's come along and joining the channel. I hope that I'm doing something. I always learn and try and listen to what you say. Any positive comments, negative comments, I don't mind. I'm learning as much as you are. We're all learning. Stick them down below. And I'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Stay safe and secure. Take care. Love you all and see you again sometime.